Now at 10, the Pittsburgh Fire Department hosted a job fair today for those interested in fire service careers. Plus, a service dog and its owner got recognized for their training earlier today in Joplin. And a pop culture convention kicked off in Neosho with plenty of special guests.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Cale Chapman. The Pittsburgh Fire Department hosted a job fair today for those interested in fire service careers. Attendees were able to tour Fire Station Number 1 and meet members of the PFD team. Department staff had demonstrations on utilizing training equipment, as well as presentations given to discuss working for a small community fire department and joining the team. The City of Pittsburgh Human Resources Department was on site to answer questions and provide support through the application process.
You know, we wanted to have this planned and have it here on this weekend. Here in about 2 weeks, we're going to be doing a testing process where people can call and schedule, or they can come in the day of, take a written test, come over and do the physical agility test, and then, hopefully start getting some people in for interviews, get their career in the fire service started.
If you are interested in a career in fire services, please contact the Pittsburgh Fire Department. ArtCon was held in Neosho today at Neosho Junior High. Organizers say this was the biggest year of the annual event from the Neosho Arts Council. Billed as a pop culture event for everyone, hundreds gathered to enjoy esports games, cosplay, panels with nationally known guests, and artists and voice actors. A large array of collectors and vendors was also present. After today's success, look for ArtCon coming again next year. The Southeast Kansas Wedding Expo happened today at the Carbon Creek Event Center. It brought wedding vendors together from across the 4 states for couples to view. Vendors showcased their services on wedding planning, wedding decorating, and wedding venues. Admission was free for couples and their entourage.
So we had participated in the bridal crawl and in years past, and it was a really great event. We were sad to see it go. So we decided, rather than relying or hoping that somebody else would do it or that they'd pick it up in future years, that we just go ahead and do it ourselves.
Couples could register to win a $250 gift certificate from Carbon Creek. A service dog and its owner got recognized for their training earlier today in Joplin. KOAM's Yana Otala attended the graduation event for the two at Cup of Joe and has more.
After 4 months of training, veteran Larry Millis and his 2-year-old standard poodle service dog Archie are ready to be recognized for their achievement.
He performs tasks for me to keep crowds away, to block people from coming up on me, to keep people off the rear of me. He can separate crowds around me. He does a lot of tasks for me. But he also alerts me when I have a headache coming on also for a migraine.
Millis says it is a great honor to receive a dog and go through the training, which is provided by Heartland Canines for Veterans.
That service that dog is providing is medically changing the mindset of the veteran to be able to go out in public and be able to reintegrate into society.
Burgess says at the moment, the national average cost to train a service dog is anywhere between $10,000 and $30,000.
We rely on grants as well as the giving process. There's plenty of organizations out there that love to find a good nonprofit organization to donate to, and it's great for us because not only do we help veterans, but we also help animals. So and we help the communities. So that's a great reason for people to want to donate to us because they know that's going back into the veterans that have served us.
Once a veteran is ready to join the program, the group makes sure they find a dog that will meet the needs of the veteran. Burgess says they work with a lot of local breeders, so they know the demeanor of the dog.
He's fun to play with. He's very laid back. He's very easy. He takes everything off voice command and hand signals, so he's pretty easy to work with. You'll notice I snap my fingers and he sits, so he does really, really well.
In Joplin, Yana Haudala, KOAM News.
Burgess says the program has been running since 2015 and is looking to have 8 service dog recognitions this year. Meteorologist Sam Lane joins us for a first look at the weather.
And it was great weather to take the dogs out walking today or any outdoor activity. Radar is clear. Was a little bit on the breezy side though, especially up towards our north and west where winds were over 30 miles per hour in Yates Center and Chanute earlier. Winds have now died down to around 10 miles per hour, and they will continue to drop as we go into tomorrow. So tomorrow's going to be a much nicer day. Temperatures have been on an upward climb for the last 36 hours, topping out into the mid-50s in many locations today. Looking down the lane, we have some changes in our forecast. Another warm Sunday across the area with increasing clouds on Monday. Rain starts to come back into our picture on Tuesday and Wednesday, and even a chance of snow. And of course, I'll tell you all about that coming up in our forecast in just a little bit.
Thank you, Sam. And while it is still pretty mild here, the Northeast is fighting the cold. In upstate New York, temperatures dipped below zero, and the wind chill made it feel even colder. Those drivers who were on the roads throughout Friday evening were in for a messy, sometimes dangerous ride. Alora Leggard reports from Syracuse.
The fast-falling snow and the freezing temperatures has Central New Yorkers taking it easy on the roads and bundling up from head to toe.
Road conditions are tough. The wind makes it worse. Visibility is really rough.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty rough. Stay home if you can, but, you know, I think New Yorkers are pretty used to this stuff. You know, life's got to go on, folks, so.
That is very dangerous right now, especially for us, like, we're risking our life, like, with this weather right now.
Despite the bad roads and the bone-chilling temperatures, Winter Fair at the State Fairgrounds drew in a decent crowd.
We were excited to come. I mean, there was traffic. There was a lot of backed up traffic, but we weren't nervous about it. Our grandson is turning 3 tomorrow, so we would brave any conditions to have him here.
We expected the cold. We didn't expect the conditions and the snow and the problems on the road.
Other neighbors who attended the fair say they're not that nervous driving home as they are used to these road conditions.
I live in Camillus, so it's not as much of a drive as it could be for other people. So there's that built-in advantage. Honestly, if you really just kind of are slow and you keep 2 hands on the wheel and you're safe, you should be okay. Your goal is to get to where you need to get safely and without any accidents or injuries. Make sure that you're just completely focused, laser focused on the road, and that's your best bet.
We take time now to honor a local veteran. Harry Owen served in the U.S. Navy from 1942 to 1952. The Joplin native served both during World War II and the Korean conflict. To Harry W. Owen, we salute you, our 4-state hero. Coming up, a bank catches a blaze in Bloomingdale, Illinois. Plus, a train derails in Ohio and puts a whole town in jeopardy. A Chase Bank in west suburban Bloomingdale, Illinois went up in flames Friday night after a driver crashed into the building's gas line, rupturing it and causing an explosion. Video shows the intensity of the flames as smoke poured out. Fire crews worked from above to try and prevent the fire from spreading to other parts of the building. While underground, there was a race to dig and cut off the gas line that fed the fire for most of the night. A train derailment sparked a large fire near the Ohio-Pennsylvania border on Friday night in East Palestine, Ohio. It could be days before life gets back to normal there. KDKA's Jennifer Brazzaro talked to people whose lives have been disrupted.
This massive train derailment happening about a half a mile from where I'm standing. The smoke still billowing. Meantime, many people I talked to say they had no idea anything was wrong until they heard sirens Friday night and got a knock on their door.
Basically, a lot of smoke and the flames coloring it orange. And it just started slowly spreading down the railway.
What were you thinking?
Time to go.
After a train derailment caused a massive fire in East Palestine, Ohio Friday night, KDK's Sky Eye 2 captured derailed rail cars still burning Saturday afternoon.
If you have not evacuated, please leave the area.
Shortly after the fire, a mandatory evacuation followed for people living within a mile radius of the site. The East Palestine High School gym turned into a shelter.
You prepare for the worst. That's what we do.
The Red Cross helped nearly 50 people and are prepared to help more. We met the Everson and Smith families who feel jolted.
They're rattled. Okay, that's the best word. People are not sure when they can get home.
Families didn't have much time to leave when police knocked on doors.
Well, I went outside, on the porch and looked, and you could see flames shooting about 20 feet in the air.
And I opened up the door. He said that it was chlorine inside the tanks, and it was just fumes from it was spreading. He said it was very dangerous, and he said the best thing for you to do is go to the school.
I just could not fathom all the fire and all the, help that our town was getting, with all the fire trucks. It was very scary because we honestly didn't know what was going to happen to this town.
Mayor Trent Conaway tells me he isn't sure when the mandatory evacuation order will be lifted. There's also a shelter-in-place order for the rest of the village. Some are concerned about the chemicals in the air.
Is it safe for everybody to go back home? Is it safe to be anywhere within the blocked off area?
Vinyl chloride, which is toxic, was one chemical, city officials say, that was on the train. Right now, environmental groups are monitoring the air throughout the town, the Ohio DEP, the feds, and the Pennsylvania DEP. And right now, the testing is showing that the air here is safe. Jennifer Barrasso, CBS News, East Palestine, Ohio.
Lafayette, Indiana police confirm a 3-year-old boy shot himself in the leg at a house today. The boy was taken to a hospital and his injury is minor. It is unclear how the boy got a hold of the gun or who was at home with him at the time of the shot being fired. Lafayette police say the situation is under investigation. Neighbors on the scene say that they saw a woman handcuffed and taken away in a squad car. Lafayette police say that this woman was interfering with the investigation and that her relationship with the boy is not known. A little later, local football fans gather to recognize and celebrate a Pittsburgh coaching legend.
And we had a pretty nice day today across the area. Is it going to continue into the rest of the weekend? I'll let you know when we come back. We had a lot of sunshine across the 4 states today, and it helped temperatures get into the mid-50s in many locations, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty nice weekend overall. Let's take a look outside right now in Seneca, Missouri at Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Pretty nice day down there as well, and nighttime hours. Mostly fair skies in control across the area. This afternoon we did make it up to 55 after starting out at 38, and of course both of those were above the normals of 47 and 26, and the record low -4 back in 1996, and not too many years ago, 78 back in 2008. Radar's clear, and not just for our area, but pretty much over the entire south central plains. We have to go all the way to the west coast before we start running into the next storm system that's spinning off the coast of California and Oregon and Washington. This is going to move towards the east, and as it does, we'll start to see the clouds increase and moisture increase as well, and rain chances will increase too as we move into Tuesday and Wednesday, and then another storm system behind that. So we have several storm systems coming up a little bit later down the road. Right now in Joplin, it's 46 under mostly fair skies, south wind at 14. Feels like 40 out there, dew point's 34, and the pressure is currently steady. Temperatures are not too bad for this time of night and this time of year, generally in the mid-40s, still at this hour close to 50 in Veneta and Welch with those south winds. And we're about 10 to 15 degrees warmer tonight than we were last night at this time, so we're kind of on the positive side as far as temperatures go. Winds, though, they were a problem earlier today, but now winds have decreased a lot, and they're going to continue to do so tomorrow. By tomorrow morning, you're heading out to church services, generally very light winds, and that will continue through most of the afternoon, generally around 5 miles per hour or less under mostly sunny skies. But as we move into Monday, different story. Winds are going to be out of the south, and they're going to be gusting over 30 miles per hour by Monday morning. And then in the afternoon, we'll see readings close to 40 miles per hour, so please be careful with the fire danger. All right, temperatures tonight are going to be in the 30s and the 40s, especially down in Oklahoma, with a low of 40 in Grove, 20s up towards the north. Then tomorrow we'll see temperatures generally in the upper 50s to around 60 degrees with mostly fair skies, a nice Sunday and tap for the region. And then as we move into Monday morning, south winds, pretty gusty with lows generally in the 30s and 40s. And then Monday afternoon, the clouds will still be with us with temperatures rising into the 60s, pretty much wall to wall with very gusty south winds. Then as we go into Monday night, Tuesday, a front will drop down through the area. That's setting the stage for the storm system moving into our area with lows in the 30s and 40s, and rainfall amounts are generally going to be heavier down towards the south in northwestern Arkansas, where they could get up close to an inch, but lesser amounts the further north and west you go. over the next 7 days, we're looking at temperatures pretty nice for tomorrow and Monday, but then rain moves in on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then wouldn't you know it, a chance of snow on Friday. And looking at some late data, some of that rain on Wednesday night could turn into a winter mix on Thursday morning, but we'll have more details on that a little bit later. Not too bad.
Yeah, no, not too bad at all. Hopefully that rain stays rain.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, that's what we're pulling for.
Yeah, I hope so. All righty. Yeah. Well, thank you, Sam. Still ahead, the Missouri Southern women get a big road win over 7th-ranked Central Missouri. We'll have those highlights. And local football fans gather to recognize and celebrate a Pittsburgh coaching legend. Jacob Leonard has that story and more after the break.
Well, both the Pittsburgh State Gorillas and Missouri Southern Lions are on the road for conference doubleheaders tonight. Missouri Southern is in Warrensburg facing Central Missouri. On the women's side, this is a big one featuring a pair of top 25 teams. Central Missouri is ranked 7th in the nation. Southern is number 24, and they've won 8 straight games. First quarter, Lacey Stokes drives, flips it up and in. Southern leads by 3 after the first. In the second quarter now, Jennies keep it close. Ashley Toll finds Allie Vigil on the right wing. Knocks down a 3, game tied at 21. Other end though, Lions have the answer. Caitlin Honeycutt to Lane Skiles. Skiles knocks it down. Moso back on top, but the Lions trail by 11 at the break. To the third quarter now. Southern starts to close the gap. Stokes spins on 2 defenders. Puts up the floater. Gets the Lions within 2. Stokes finishes with 18 points. 4 minutes left. Stokes finds Lane Skiles, connects for 3. Lions down 4. Skiles finishes with a season-high 19 points. Check this out. Time winding down. Final 15 seconds. Southern down just 2. Stokes to Honeycutt. She drills the 3 at the top of the key. Lions take a 1-point lead with 9 seconds left. Southern goes to Warrensburg. Knocks off the Jennies tonight 72-69. In the men's game, Southern tries to sweep the season series from the Mules after beating Central by 8 in Joplin back in December. 5 minutes in, Avery Taggart off the dribble. Pull up 3, game tied at 8. Taggart gets a team-high 13. A few minutes later, Winston Desiso finds Christian Bundy open on the left side. He'll knock down a 3. Moso up 17-14. Before the break, Taggart feeds Sam Thompson in the lane. Baby hook is good. Thompson gets 10. Southern up 7 at halftime. Then in the second half, ball knocked loose. Nongo Na with the dime to Bundy. Gets up and slams it home. Lions lead by 9, but the Mules stay in it. 6 minutes left to play. Gavin Pinkley connects for 3. That right there puts UCM back on top by 2. Mules rally to beat Southern tonight 67-59. As for the Pittsburgh State Gorillas, they're in Jefferson City tonight facing the Lincoln Blue Tigers. Now, last time out for the PSU women, they saw their 7-game winning streak snapped on the road to Central Missouri. So PSU tries to rebound today and get back in the win column against Lincoln. The Gorillas do win it 86-78, but check this out. Huge day for Corinna Gerber and Harper Schreiner. Gerber scores a career-high 31 points and adds 14 rebounds. Schreiner gets a career-high 30 points, going 12 for 14 from the field. Now, the Pitt State men have a chance to sweep the season series from Lincoln tonight. In that one, Gorillas not able to keep up, falling 90-71. Quentin Hardrick Jr. leads the way with 15 points. Marquis English posts 14 points and 6 rebounds. Southeast Kansas football fans celebrate a local coaching legend today in Pittsburgh. Former players, coaches, friends, and fans gathered today at PSU to recognize Larry Garman for his 60-plus year football career. He's been a Pitt State assistant coach for the last 24 years. Before that, coached at Pittsburgh High, leading the Purple Dragons to 255 wins, 3 state championships, and 21 playoff appearances in 31 seasons as the program's head coach.
I was always just one that, like every other coach, win the next game. You know, that's all you think about is the next game. And we were fortunate to win some games, and it's a relationship with the players, I think, though, and the people that go with the players, the parents, and all that kind of thing. I think is what's really, really special.
The Missouri Southern Lions opened the baseball season last night with a 2-1 win over St. Cloud State. And the Lions are right back on the field today, aiming for a 2-0 start to their schedule. Southern faces Southwest Baptist this afternoon. Top of the first, check swing pop up into left. Look at the Webb City kid, Tragan Parker, coming in for the diving grab. Game is scoreless going to the bottom half. Now, 2 runners on for Parker. He delivers at the plate as well, puts it all the way to the fence in the right field corner. Both runners score on the RBI triple for Parker. Southern goes up 2-0. Just 2 batters later, Tyler Ferguson fights it off into center field for the base hit. Parker scores, Lions go up 3-0 after the first. And we'll move ahead to the 4th inning now. Ferguson back to work. Pulls it through the left side for the RBI single. That scores Garrett Rice, and at that point it is 6-2. Lions would continue to pour it on from there, beating Southwest Baptist 12-2. The Pittsburgh State Gorillas face Oklahoma Baptist tonight. PSU aims for a 2-0 start after beating Southwestern Oklahoma 2-1 earlier today. But this one went a little sideways. Oklahoma Baptist puts up 21 runs, beating PSU 21-4. Well, that's a look at sports. We're back with more news right after this.
On the waterborne parade of boat-delighting revelers at the Venice Carnival on today. Thousands line the narrow alleys and bridges of the city to cheer a floating parade down the Canal Grande, performed by spectacularly dressed participants. The nighttime spectacle opened by a unicorn, a magical creature that transports dreamers to the stars, sent off the 2023 edition of one of the world's oldest carnivals, whose theme this year is Take Your Time for the Original Signs. During the 2 weeks of Carnival, the city fills with thousands of tourists from across Italy and the world. The event has become a major tourist attraction for the city in recent decades.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, pretty cool.
It's going to be pretty nice weather tomorrow across the area with temperatures in the 50s and 60s. Then the rain comes on Tuesday and Wednesday, and looking at some late data, it looks like the snow is going to come back on Thursday night into Friday. Pretty good chance of that with temperatures in the 30s. Of course, winter is not over just yet.
Well, there you go. Thank you, Sam. That's our time for tonight. And thank you for making us a part of your night. We'll see you next time.